Just a reminder that the information in this video is for informational purposes only and not as medical advice. Hi everyone, welcome to Earthbound Health. Please subscribe to the channel and hit that like button. Our mission here at Earthbound is to share information that will help you create and maintain health. We hope you will join us on this most important journey because health is our greatest wealth. Today, I want to talk about magnesium, a mineral that has done so much for my body. I use it as a sleep aid. I take it an hour before bedtime, and it helps me fall asleep and stay asleep. My sleep is also deeper and better quality. Sometimes I get overwhelmed with life stuff, and magnesium helps me calm down so I can center myself and get back on track. It's a wonderful relaxer and anxiety aid. When I'm traveling, I make sure to carry my magnesium. I know I'll be eating crazy, so I use it to help maintain my diet. It helps with good intestinal and bowel health. Sometimes the crazy eating gives me heartburn and acid reflux. If you've had heartburn, you know that it's nothing to play around with. This is why I always take my magnesium supplement with me, which contains magnesium hydroxide. Some of my friends and family have had knee replacements and even hip replacements. Some also have issues with muscle spasms, cramps, and numbness. I'm fortunate that as a senior, I don't have mobility issues. Sometimes if I overdo it, I'll have soreness, but it doesn't last. I believe it has a lot to do with my daily intake of magnesium, which helps keep inflammation down and strengthens the bones and the joints. I used to have discomfort in my chest when I took walks, but it went away after I started taking magnesium. The mineral is also one of my blood pressure aids. It's also an electrolyte which is needed to keep my muscles, nerves, and enzymes functioning properly. It can even provide relief for those suffering from premenstrual symptoms. This includes migraines, which some women have before and during their periods. Many women struggle to keep their hormones balanced, and magnesium can help with this. It was a lifesaver when I was going through menopause. It helped with hot flashes and definitely with my mood swings. The body needs help to burn fat. And because magnesium can help regulate the metabolism, some people use it to help them lose weight. We have a hormone called cortisol, which helps control how our bodies use fat and how fat ends up being distributed on our bodies. I have a tendency to get belly fat, and magnesium helps keep this fat from building up around my waist. Of course, I have to watch my calorie intake also and the kinds of food I eat. Some people use magnesium for hair growth because it helps stimulate the growth and development of hair follicles. It helps the thyroid also. When magnesium levels are too low, the thyroid can't function properly. My nails are also nicer since taking the mineral. I used to have really deep vertical ridges on my nails, but they're disappearing now that I'm taking magnesium. I think you see now why I believe this is one of the kings of minerals. I try to eat foods every day that are high in magnesium. Some of the fruits that are high in magnesium are bananas, cherries, peaches, apricots, and blackberries. Of course, there are others also. Some of the vegetables high in magnesium are dark, leafy vegetables such as spinach and kale. You have seeds and nuts that are high in this mineral also. Almonds, cashews, peanuts, pumpkin seeds, and chia seeds. Beans and certain grains are also high in magnesium. This mineral is in so many foods, so we have a good chance of getting what we need from our diet. We just have to be willing to do the research and commit to following through. Today, I want to talk about Ava, a woman whose relationship with magnesium made a difference in her life. Of course, the help she received from her doctors may have made a difference also. Ava had always had a lot of energy and resilience. She was a tough woman. She was a high powered marketing executive, and she had to juggle meetings and meet a lot of deadlines. It was nothing for her to attend 2 or 3 social events a week. But all that stress, constant going, and not getting enough rest started taking a toll. Something was changing, and she didn't feel like her old self. The changes were subtle at first, but then her tiredness and fatigue didn't go away, even when she increased the amount of sleep she got. So she blamed her workload and decided to cut back and get more rest. But that didn't help either. Soon, along with the fatigue, she started having muscle cramps without warning. They were sharp and started becoming more frequent. The pain would make her heart race unpredictably. The pounding in her chest was like what you have when you're jogging or running in a race. Her anxiety level went through the roof, something she had never dealt with. She felt like she was losing control of her body and her mind, but she couldn't pinpoint why. She dealt with this for weeks, and the weeks turned into months as her symptoms grew worse. The cramps spread to her arms and back. It was leaving her feeling like a prisoner in her own body. Her heartbeat started being erratic. Sometimes it would beat so fast she could barely breathe. Other times it beat so slow she felt dizzy and thought she would faint. Her energy level was almost non existent, and the anxiety started causing panic attacks. Ava's confidence was gone and she started avoiding social events. She couldn't be sure if her symptoms would flare up in public. Another change was the fact that she had been a top notch employee, but her work started suffering. Her boss saw her struggling to focus and knew something was wrong when she started missing deadlines and not getting her accounts done on time. Ava had visited doctor after doctor because she was desperate for answers. They tested her for heart conditions, thyroid problems, and several other ailments, but the results always came back normal. She got more and more frustrated and scared. She started feeling like a hypochondriac. Was she just imagining problems that didn't exist? But deep down, she knew something was wrong. One evening during break, one of her coworkers, who was also a friend, asked how she was doing. Ava tried not to get emotional, but she couldn't help it. She told her friend what she had been going through and how she had been trying to hide it. Her friend told her about a doctor who specialized in nutrition. She gave her the name of the doctor, and Ava couldn't stop thanking her. Her friend told her she wasn't sure if she could help her, but it was worth giving it a try. The nutritionist listened carefully as Ava described her symptoms and lifestyle. After a series of tests, the doctor told Ava she had a severe magnesium deficiency, and her levels were so low they barely registered. The nutritionist explained that magnesium is an essential mineral involved in over 300 biochemical reactions in the body, including muscle function, heart rhythm, and the regulation of stress. She thought that low levels of magnesium might explain Ava's symptoms. Ava was so relieved to have an explanation. She started a regimen of magnesium supplements along with dietary changes. These changes included eating more magnesium rich foods like leafy greens, nuts, and whole grains. The change wasn't immediate, but over the weeks, she started to notice a difference. The muscle cramps that she used to have daily started happening less frequently, and when she had them, they were less severe. Her heart rate began to stabilize and would no longer go crazy, beating out of control. She'd gotten used to being tired and feeling weighed down, but the tiredness started lifting and her energy level started rising. Ava began to feel like herself again, and her friends also noticed. As the magnesium built up in her system, Ava's anxiety eased and the panic attacks went away. She resumed her social life and started attending events without the fear of her body acting against her and behaving unpredictably. Her focus and creativity returned, and she again became one of the top employees. But one thing was different. Ava realized how much she had taken her health for granted and how a simple mineral imbalance had turned her life upside down. Ava was so grateful for her recovery that she is now an advocate for awareness about the importance of magnesium. She loves sharing her story with people. She can't help but encourage them to pay attention to their bodies and not dismiss symptoms, no matter how small. Ava's health scare caused her to have a new perspective on life. She learned the hard way that balance, self care, and listening to her body were just as important as any professional achievement. I hope you enjoyed this video. Again, please subscribe and come back often. Until next time, be well, be safe, and be prosperous.